Welcome to week 3. In the online lab sections, this is the first week in which you get a choice on which lab you're going to do. So I'd like to give you a quick introduction to each of the options to help you with that choice. The first 3 labs on the list are all observing labs, meaning I'm asking you to go outside and make measurements of objects in the sky, either day or night. The first one, finding your way around the sky, is an introduction to things you can see in the night sky. For this lab, you'll be going out on a clear evening and finding a few constellations in the sky. You'll make some measurements of star heights and estimate how much light pollution there is in your area. Note that with this assignment, you need to make a simple measuring device to estimate the heights of objects in the sky. And you'll either have to use a planetarium map or make a planisphere, a device that lets you see what objects are in your sky at any given time. The second lab option is the gnomon lab. A gnomon is a sort of simple sundial. In this lab, you'll make your own gnomon and measure the shadow cast by the gnomon on a piece of paper over the course of the day as the sun moves across the sky. You can use this to measure the sun's height and even find the exact time of local noon. The third option is the moon observing lab. In this lab, you'll be making a series of brief observations of the moon over the course of a couple of weeks. In particular, you'll measure how the angle between the sun and the moon changes over time, and use that to see how the phases of the moon relate to its orbit around the Earth. Since it takes some time to do this lab, you want to have another lab to turn in the meantime so you don't get behind on your lab submissions. The next lab on the list is motions in the sky. This lab asks you to use a planetarium app like Sky Safari or Stellarium. These apps let you see what the sky looks like from any time and place on Earth. They even let you speed up time so that you can watch a whole night or a whole year pass in just seconds. Using one of these apps, you'll explore how the sky moves from different locations on the Earth, including the equator and the poles. You'll also get to design your own experiment to explore what you can see about the sky using these tools. The last option this week is Scale Models Part 2. This lab is a follow-up to the one we did back in week 1. In this case, you'll see how we can use a log-log or powers of 10 graph to let you plot objects with very different sizes and distances on the same graph. You'll have to do some calculating on this one, but it really drives home the ideas behind the different scales of the universe we've talked about in the last couple of weeks. You also have several exploration experiment options here, including the option of making your own scale model of a part of the universe. So those are the lab choices for this week. Pick the one that interests you the most and give it a try. Let me know if you have any questions on these.